morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever in the world you might be watching. Entering new data into a large table or set of data can be quite inefficient. Columns which are often wider in number than the screen will show, tab keys, correcting data entry errors and more. It's much easier and more convenient to enter data via a form. Creating a data entry form is fairly easy, as we shall see. The first step is to make sure there are no blank rows. If there are, delete them. Secondly, make sure your data set is a table with headers. This data set is over 2,000 rows deep with heading labels in the top row. Let's convert it to a table. So let's click Insert, Table. Click OK, and there we have our table. And we're now in a position to prepare our form. I'm going to double click on the Data tab because I want my form to be in the data group. So what I now do, I right click anywhere in the ribbon, customize the ribbon, and then in the right hand side in the main tabs I'm going to click New Group, and I'm going to call it, after clicking on it, Input Data or Data Input, either way, entirely up to you. And then I'll click OK, and there is my new data input. Now I'm going to send it up to the top by using the arrow keys just under the data command, so that the form will appear on the far left hand side of the data command. Now what I need to do is to go to the drop down list and choose Commands Not in the Ribbon, and then find the Form button. There it is there, so I click on it and simply choose Add, and that puts the form under the data input command. Now I'll click OK, and there I see on the far left of my data tab the word form. So I'm now in a position to add new data using the form. I'll click on the form, and there it is, and I'll say I want a new record, and I'm going to add some information, and we'll see where it appears shortly. So having added in my new data into the form, I'll now click Close, and I'm going to go to the bottom of the table by Control End, and there I see that information has been added into the last row in the table. It saved me trying to enter the information in many columns in the table. Remember, there's not all that many columns here, but imagine if you had 20 or 30 columns. It will be much easier to use the form. Incidentally, you are restricted to 32 fields in the form. Now, so far we've been using the invoice table, but what if we have another table in the same file? I've created one for the employees, and if I go to the Data tab, I see the Form button is still available, but the beauty about it is that depending on the sheet that I'm in, if I click the Form button, it enables me to add a new record in that particular table. That's something that not a lot of people are aware of, but it's certainly possible. While we have the form open, I can see that there are various commands down the right hand side. A particularly handy one is the criteria, because if I click on criteria and then show me the people with the last name of Brown, what I can do is to say, show me the previous, find the previous. It's Harry Brown. Find the next one. It's William Brown. Are there any more? Find next. No, it stops at William Brown. So that's a very quick way to find information via the table. We can also delete a record if we wish by typing in the data here and then clicking delete. Let's close the form. So there, in a few minutes, we've seen the advantages of using a data input form in Microsoft Excel. It certainly adds to the efficient use of large amounts of data, particularly where you have lots of columns with headings. Please subscribe unless you've already done so. Comments are always appreciated, as are thumbs up and likes. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.